welcome back to another video! Dude, this is my video. Come on. You gotta get out of here. Yo guys, what is going on? My name is Fal, and today we're going to be going over the 9th version of the top 10 best cars in Drive Ahead. Now, really quick before we do begin, we have the Abyss Eel, Triceratops Truck, Superstar Dragster, T-Rex, and Two-Sider, and also the Dual Snowballer, all being removed from the top 10. This new AI the Drive Ahead team has just introduced has meant a big nerf for aggressive cars, and Lure is now the dominant playstyle in the game. Guys, the meta has been turned upside down. So guys, in the number 10 slot, we have the Ghost Ship. Now guys, the Ghost Ship is one of the biggest winners with the new AI. Before, the Ghost Ship would kind of struggle because cars would constantly be pushing it back and it would be hard to aim the gun and all that. However, now that the enemy is beginning to learn to play a little bit smarter, control is more of a valuable asset. The constant bombardment of those ghost bullet thingies has some serious area denial, not only because of their piercing ability, but also from their speed. Those bullets don't move too quickly, and if you touch them, you are dead. They create a serious blockade, and if your enemy does manage to get in close somehow, your high protection can hold them in place, giving you time to potentially shoot them. Also, the Ghost Ship can also fly, so I guess that's also pretty cool. In the number 9 slot, guys, we have the Classic Monster, which has fallen all the way down from number 1. Do keep in mind the last ranking was 3 months ago, so this was before the rise of the Dragon Monster and the Ghost Dragon and all that, and, of course, before the new AI, and before the Classic Monster's nerf. Nowadays, the Classic Monster is struggling to keep with the new AI. As I'm going to say a lot in this video, rushers are a lot worse. Like, they're significantly worse. The primary way to play the Classic Monster isn't so good, with the computer actually learning to play Lure pretty well. Not to mention the Classic Monster was just flat out nerfed. It is a lot easier to flip over now. And, well, it really struggles from the top because it doesn't really have too much protection. This makes flipping over a pretty big threat for the Classic Monster. In the number 8 slot, guys, we have the Rift Monster, coming down from number 4. Guys, same stories. Rushers bad, Lure good. The Rift Monster thrives on being aggressive, but with Lure being so powerful, this is not such a good idea. The only reason I actually rank the Rift Monster higher than the Classic Monster is because it didn't actually get any nerfs or anything, and so it pretty much has everything the Classic Monster has going for it, but it is also not vulnerable to being flipped over. I honestly would not be surprised to see these two cars completely fall out of the top 10 in my next video, seeing as it looks like Lure is not going anywhere for quite a bit of time. Lure is just so powerful right now. In the number 7 slot, guys, we have the Beast, which was unranked before. Guys, the Humble Beast finally returned to the top 10 after all this time. The Beast is a very versatile car, which can actually play Lure surprisingly well. It is all from both the front and the back and can hold back enemies, making it very good against those pesky Lure cars. The Beast is also pretty fast, so that's awesome. Now I know I'm just listing things off, but I mean, it really has all those good stuff. And also, the Beast is really good in the air, which is actually surprisingly rare in the modern meta. Finally, guys, the list is almost over. It is a very solid defensive car. With the rise of Lure, defensive gameplay could start to see a rise too. And it already has a little bit, but it's not really significant yet. But anyway, the Beast wasn't really that good of an option with aggressive cars being so strong before. But now, with the rise of Lure, we will probably start seeing the Beast quite a bit more. In the number 6 slot, guys, we have the Falbot moving up from number 9. Now, guys, the Falbot is just such a pain to kill. It has so much protection, and it is just so darn fast. It is one of the strongest defensive cars in the game, which, you guessed it, is really good against Lure cars. I mean, not too many cars can just go upside down without second thought and have a car drive over it without dying. Plus, the Falbot is also really good at dealing with height advantages really well, which is a classic winning strategy for Lure. I mean, the Falbot has everything you need to do good in the current meta, placing it in a very nice number 6. Guys, making our way into the top 5 now, we have the gun truck, which again was previously unranked. Guys, gun truck got a very slight buff, which actually makes it a pretty good car. It now gets into a pop wheelie quite a bit easier. Well, that's nice. Anyway, the gun truck, if played right, is so frustrating to face. If you're good at aiming the gun, you're good. Pretty much just plant yourself down and let the bullets do the work. Keep bombarding your opponent with those bullets, which will constantly push them back, eventually killing them or giving you a chance to rush in and run them over. It is actually such a powerful and annoying strategy that's only going to get better as lure continues to rise. And yes, gun truck is it's a lure car in case you were wondering. You wait for your opponent to walk into the bullets and punish them for it, so yeah, lure if you ask me. In the number 4, guys, we have the Cosmic Squid, coming all the way up from being unranked. Yes, guys, the Cosmic Squid is making a name for itself. The fall of rushers and the rise of lure has made room for the Cosmic Squid to rise and barely miss the top 3. Think of Cosmic Squid like, I don't know, the perfect car for the meta. I mean, it can play lure and defensively well with its very good speed and its high protection, especially from the back. It is the poster child of what you want to look for in the current meta. In addition, the Cosmic Squid also has a pretty strong engine, so a map for playing aggressive is mandatory. It can still handle itself pretty good. In the number 3, guys, and this puts such a big smile on my face, it is the Forklift Truck, moving up from the number 5 ranked position. Guys, the Forklift Truck is awesome. And this is the best it's ever been in the history of my top 10 videos. Like, ever. For such a little car, it has such a strong engine. It actually has the ability to rival tanks, who, by the way, aren't so good anymore. Anyway, I'm getting off track. The Forklift Truck also has that very strong forklift thingy in the front. I really gotta figure out what that's called. But anyway, this is really what makes the Forklift Truck so strong. If you're able to slam into another car, they'll get sent flying back because it's just so bouncy. This is really good for keeping back those pesky lure cars going in for attack if you do end up making a mistake. The Forklift Truck is very rewarding. Anyway, the Forklift Truck is also good at getting height advantages. Just land vertically on the ground and watch yourself soar in the sky. It is a sight to see. Okay guys, number 2 now, and I gotta say, for number 1 and number 2, it was definitely a tough choice, and you could definitely argue for either being ranked 1st and 2nd, but I ultimately decided to go with the Ghost Dragon being in 2nd. Which, by the way, wasn't ranked before, you know, all that. Anyway, that fire is just so broken, not only because of its piercing ability, but also because of its range. That fire reaches really far, and this makes the Ghost Dragon nearly impossible to beat from the front. Do you have high protection? And not anymore, you don't. Think you can flip it over? Nope, the Ghost Dragon is crazy heavy. Want to push the Ghost Dragon off the map? It'll overpower you in engine strength. Pretty much what I'm saying here is there is no beating the Ghost Dragon from the front because it is just so strong, making it a meta-defining car. Alright guys, in the number 1 spot, the number 1 best car in the game, it is the Dragon Monster. No surprise here, right guys? Now everything I said about the meta up until this point, just grab it and toss it out the window. The Dragon Monster defies all odds, and not only does well, but thrives in the current meta. It is one of the few rushers that are still relevant in the current metagame. And for good reason too. Its booster is one of the most powerful in the game, not even giving lure cars a chance to set up a trap. Want a giant tank moving as quick as a rocket ride to the face? Fight the Dragon Monster. You are sure to lose. Even if you do manage to get into a good position to lure the Dragon Monster and all that, it'll be quite hard to kill it. Its protection is some of the best in the game. I mean, it can go upside down and not die. So if you're fighting it, good luck because, well, you'll need it.